Hello, everyone. Mayor Tom Price here, along with City Manager Dr. Brenda Fetro. This is your week number 10 COVID-19 update. Today, we also have a special guest, Councilman Dr. Sean Ferguson. In a moment, he will be giving you some updates from our council meeting this past Wednesday night. Although we were doing these weekly updates, it seems as though COVID-19 has taken a backseat to the marches and protesting that have been going on around this country. This is a major concern right now, so please do not lose sight of COVID-19 and the fact that we still need to be aware of our surroundings with social distancing, frequent hand washings, and wearing masks in public spaces. Only we can defeat COVID-19. You may have heard there is a peaceful protest at City Hall yesterday afternoon. Our Constitution guarantees you the right of assembly, and the City of Rockledge supports that right. The protest went very well, and about 50 people in attendance. There is also a march planned for this Saturday. We can only hope and pray that these events will allow voices to be heard and that society will start to change. For those of you that don't know, other than myself as mayor of the City of Rockledge, there are 6 council members. Beginning this week and every 2 weeks to follow, I will be introducing to you a council member, and that person will be bringing you information on the latest council meeting. So this week we will begin with Dr. Sean Ferguson. Now up to you, Brenda.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Just to give you an update, the state has moved to phase 2 of recovery with the COVID-19 and a few items of exactly what that means. Restaurants may now allow bar-top seating with appropriate social distancing. Bars and pubs may operate at 50% capacity inside and full capacity outside with appropriate social distancing. Retail establishments may operate at full capacity with responsible social distancing. Gyms may operate at full capacity. Entertainment businesses, such as movie theaters, concert houses, auditoriums, playhouses, bowling alleys, and arcades, may operate at 50% capacity. Personal services businesses, such as tattoo parlors, acupuncture establishments, tanning salons, and massage establishments also may operate. Again, all of these businesses with the proper social distancing and proper cleaning protocols in place. And everyone in Florida is still to avoid congregating in groups of 50 or more. Also, we've been updating you every week on our census, the response to our census. I'm happy to report to you again this afternoon that Rockledge is well up there at 72.6%. Again, also beating the national, the state, and the county average. So continue the good work, Rockledge residents, and complete that census survey. And also, this Saturday, tomorrow afternoon, there will be a peaceful protest march along Fisk Boulevard. So at Barton and Fisk Boulevard will be closed heading north in our city. But please know that parking for that event will be at the north end of Fisk up by Provost Park. So those of you planning to attend, there will be parking available at the north end of Fisk Boulevard, and buses will bring you to Barton and Fisk to begin the peaceful march. And lastly, in closing, the Rockledge community is blessed to celebrate diversity amongst our citizens, as well as our employees, staff, and elected officials. Over many years, Rockledge has developed and continues to maintain a very positive and productive relationship within our community. We are dedicated to supporting our community as we take the next steps towards unity, equality, and justice. And I am happy to turn the mic over, figuratively speaking, to Councilman Dr. Sean Ferguson.
Well, good afternoon. It's truly a joy to be with you, and thank you for the invitation from Mr. Mayor and Dr. Brenda Fetro. It's truly a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon just to share with you who I am. I'm first Sean Ferguson. I am a lifelong resident of the city of Rockledge. It has truly been a joy to be on our city council. This is actually my second term, 4th year serving as your city councilman in seat number 2. Just to make you aware of who I am, of course, as I said, I'm a lifelong resident of Rockledge, but also a very proud graduate of Rockledge High School, class of 1984. I have had the opportunity these past 20 years to serve as the senior pastor of Faith Temple Christian Center in the city of Rockledge, which was actually a church that was founded by my father back in 1986. Also, I've had the proud honor to serve as a chaplain for the city of Rockledge, police department, and fire departments. This has brought me such joy to have this honor and opportunity to serve as a chaplain. One of the things I'd like to do today is just kind of share with you that you have a chaplaincy program that is available at the Rockledge Police Department. My responsibility in these 12 years has been to be able to have the opportunity to debrief officers and during after times of difficulty. For example, one of my first opportunities to serve as the chaplain was a drowning of a young lady, 5 or 6 years old. After that, we immediately went in and had a debriefing, which means giving everybody the opportunity to kind of talk about their experience and talk about how it impacts their life. At this time as a chaplain, I actually do debriefings with our officers after very difficult times. One of the responsibilities I have as a chaplain as well is to meet with citizens after they have had difficult moments of loss. I get calls morning, noon, or night, as well as the other chaplain that's a part of the program, and we have the opportunity to sit and comfort families during time of grief. I make you aware of that, so if there's any time that you have a very difficult time, maybe a time of loss, you can, of course, let the police department know, and they'll be willing to reach out to us as chaplains so that we can become accessible and available to you during a time of grief. I've also been trained locally as a chaplain, but I'm proud to say that I've also been trained by the Billy Graham ministry as well. So I'm actually part of the Billy Graham Rapid Response Team that travels throughout the nation during times of tragedy. On to our meeting. This past Wednesday, we had our regular city council meeting, and I'm proud to say that there was not a lot on the agenda, but the things that we had on the agenda, I would love to share those with you at this time. Our Mayor Tom Price, had the opportunity and honor to celebrate one of our employee of the quarter, Evan Werner, who is a line maintenance tech 3 with wastewater treatment and water reclamation department. So we definitely want to continue saying congratulations, Evan, on your award of being an employee of the quarter. As well, I'm excited to say that we had an invitation that was extended to the principals in the city of Rockledge. So those principals were here. We had the opportunity to thank them for all of their service. And of course, these past 9 weeks have been really difficult for them because they have been at distant learning. And so that was a challenge for not only the students, but that was a challenge for the teachers as well. So, and we appreciated those principals. And of course, our mayor shared with them a city pin. And so we had that opportunity to share with them the words of appreciation as well as to present them a city pin. I would like to share also that the Rockledge High School graduation, I know with all of the challenges of this pandemic that has really shown us a different way of doing things, unfortunately, but fortunately, we wanted to make sure, and of course the principal of Rockledge High shared that they wanted to make sure that the senior class of 2020 was still appreciated as well as congratulated. And so tentatively, that graduation date for the Rockledge High class of 2020 is going to be July 18th. It's a tentative date, and more information will be forthcoming. As I close, with all of the events that have transpired over the past few weeks, not only with COVID-19 deaths and infections, but with the deaths of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Christian Cooper, which we know have led to renewed round of anger, frustration, sadness, and protest. I would like to close this afternoon with a word of hope. And that word of hope is things are going to get better. We've always been a nation that is really resilient, and I have no question that we will get through this. The last thing I want to share is a word of prayer that I shared on this past Wednesday. It was a prayer that was actually written that I found, and it's called A Prayer for True Justice. And it reads, "O Heavenly Father, Our hearts are heavy, broken. Please give us eyes to see and ears to hear where your Spirit is working. It goes on to say, help us to see every person the way you see them. Break our hearts for what breaks yours. Let us not merely say that we love each other. Give us strength to mourn with those who mourn, to weep with those who weep. Let justice roll like waters. Let your righteousness and your love flow from us like rivers of living water. Purify our hearts, Lord. Fill us with genuine hunger for justice, for mercy, and for true peace. Heavenly Father, let justice and mercy start with me. Let me say that last portion again. Let justice and mercy start with me. Thank you.